You can also use event emitters in filters as well. What I want this code to do is to actually count how many tokens the user, you, input and how many tokens the model's output, right? Who are you? The input tokens is 4. Who are you and question mark. And the output token is 34 here.
Don't forget to give us likes, leave your comments, share us to your friends, and also subscribe to our channels. We have YouTube, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Facebook.
Filter. So we talked about actions, right? Action is a type of functions. Filter is also a type of function. And what I want to show you here is you can also use event emitters in filters as well. So let's actually go. Do we have a code here? Oh, I don't have a code right here. Anyway, so I'm just going to copy and paste so that it's easier to read. This is a code for a filter. What I want this code to do is to actually count how many tokens the user, you, input and how many tokens the model's output, right? I want this ability to show, I want to illustrate this because you are going to use inlet. Inlet is going to manage or process on the user's input, and the outlet is going to process on the LLM's output. So the boilerplate for the filter starts with class filters. By the way, I have a global variable called token message because I want to concatenate the input token count and the output token count. This is because the input token count happened before the LLM, but the output token count happened after the LLM response. I have defined my own token count here using token library. Default coding name is, I think it's set to be the vowels. Here we go. The encoding name is set to be vowels. Default to class 100K base. Okay, so this is count token is just a function that I put a text in, I put an encoding name, and it's going to give me a number of how many tokens exist in the text, right? Now for the inlet function, the inlet function works every time you, as a user, hit in a command or prompt into the text box. I'm going to get the last user message and count how many tokens in there and assign it to the global token message before I use the event emitter to display. I display it as a status. I don't want to use a message because the token count should not, well, it's not proper to be in the message. It's okay to be in the status. When this inlet finish its task, the message, the user message is now going to be sent to OpenAI or whatever LLM model, and the LLM will create a response back, and then the outlet function will get triggered. And the outlet function is what I do here is I get the last assistant message, pretty much the latest or the last response, and I count how many tokens there are. And to a global token message, I add a comma and I add the output tokens count here. And eventually I close it with the event emitter in the status so that it shows how many tokens have been used. Okay, so pretty much this is my filter that will allows me to count how many tokens have been used. So I am just going to disable everything else here, but enable this guy. Now the token count filter should be active now. All right, just refresh the interface just to be safe here. Okay, what should I ask it with? Who are you? Here we go. The input tokens is 4. Who are you and question mark. And the output token is 34 here. Oh, I don't want to read it. But as you can see, this sentence is actually a result of the output event emitter. If I put a delay, you might be able to see the input better as well. So let me try a sync. Actually, you know what? Did I have time here? Import time. Not sure if it's going to work, but let's see. Time sleep 3 seconds, and then I will copy my code over here, delete, paste, save, go back. Let's see, enable and global. Now let's see if I ask it to regenerate input tokens for. Somehow the timing is not right. I think I need to adjust my timing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So somehow I need to, the sequence is not right. Okay, if I put it here, would I get anything? Actually, no. Let me try. Oops. Let me try. I'm not sure if it's going to work, guys. Save. Back to this one. Reload. Nope, it still doesn't work. But at least you see that this one comes first and it responds, and then output token comes last, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, the flow is there. So yeah, this is how you use event emitters. And you also see the reason why inlet and outlet exist. Inlet and outlet actually exist to manipulate your, somehow monitor, manipulate, or edit. The inlet is for your input, and the outlet is for the LLM output. One thing to note is when you want to use emitter in an asynchronous way, don't forget to put a sync in front of the def inlet or def outlet so that you can actually use a wait here. Right. This is pretty much about tools and functions. So just to recap, tools are actually something that you want to equip it to the AI so that AI will call that tool to get the information and respond back to you. It's going to be in a tool tab. But for functions, function is not really enhancing the AI itself, even though you can have another AI in the function inlet or outlet. But the main purpose of function is to extend the ability of WebUI. And what we have seen in my previous demonstration is that function allows me to count tokens in the input and in the output. And also, event emitters is a great way to update the status as well as push a message into the response box.